Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Tametsi. Look how far along we've gotten. There's only 100 of the basic puzzles and we've apparently solved 74 of them. Yeah, 79 minus the 5 we failed to solve the first time. Cool. Today is number 80, Wrong Game. It's a Tetris game. How adorable. We do have diagonals, just checking. It's even got the whole, like, the area around it. Anyway, so far this looks straightforward. I assume there'll be some cool stuff with the... Actually, there might not be anything cool with the colors. Maybe they just did this to make the colors match a Tetris game. I don't know. I assume they found some way to make this puzzle interesting. But I'll just click through the obvious stuff and see what happens. It's 2, yeah. I still need to, like, I'm not... Let me put these back. I was looking at this too, and I was like... I know there's 2 spaces next to it. But there's one right there. Doesn't that mean it's only one of them? Like, I'm pretty sure I've got this things count down, therefore these are both mines, but I don't know. I still have to, like, double check that stuff sometimes. Mine there. These. The 2 next to 1s means nothing in its corner. There's probably easier stuff on the board somewhere, right? Like this 4 next to the 1, we have 3 mines here. Just a minute. I'm a moderator on the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup subreddit, and I just got a notification. We've been getting a ton of, like, I don't know, intentional, hateful trolling spam. I just got a notification that some more of that just showed up. Where is it? Is that what this message was? I don't understand. I got a pop-up and I have a new new Chrome extension. Yep, that's what it was. Great. So let's remove this post and ban this person. There you go. Okay, we could have done that off camera, but whatever. I don't like having to edit stuff together. This is all still fairly straightforward. We were looking at a 4 here? No, we solved that already. That was this 1. Got it. This 2 next to this 1 puts a mine here. There's a 5 with 5 neighbors, I guess. Not that one. This 1 only has 1 space next to it. All right, now we're getting down to the real puzzle. I mean, I'm not saying this is, like, obviously super hard or anything. It's just, like, everything up to here was super easy. This 2, 3, 1 looks good. Doesn't it? Maybe not. Because we have one of these, therefore at most one of these 2. Which I guess I've been doing in white. At most one of these 2, so we have, like, at least 2 of all this for this 3, but that's not very helpful. Ah, no, okay, hang on. We don't need to do that. We can look at these 2 1s. They share these 3 spaces, but not this one. And now these 2 1s share these 2 spaces, but not this one. Yep, that checks out. This 2 has one of its mines here and the other here, so we get a 0. I want one of these column clues to be useful, but I don't yet see how it is. or how any of them are. Like this 1 is obviously tempting, but just because it's a small number, but the actual column it's in, there's nothing we can obviously force. Oh, I guess we could check out color clues? Oh, probably not. Yeah, we've got too many things that are next to a bunch of different colors. I want these two 4s next to each other to do something. Oh, they kind of do, actually. There's 1 here, and therefore 3 in this group, which are all seen by this 4. So there's 1 in this group, which means 1 in this group. This is the only group with 3. God, that looks awful. 3. There you go. So does that somehow influence this column? I mean, the column's almost complete anyway, right? There's only 3 spaces, 2 of which are mines. But I don't see any reason why we can show any of these spaces that isn't a mine, or that 2 of them are, or even that 1 of them is. This 4 only has 5 neighbors, I guess? I mean, so that means that there's at least 2 in this little triangle area, which means this 3 has at most 1 here, but we know that because it's only 1 square to begin with. This 3 is next to a 2 here. It's also next to this 2. Oh, I see. That's where we're supposed to go. We have exactly 1 of these, which means we have both of these. No, sorry, we have 2 of these, which means we have exactly 1 of these, which finishes this 4. So these 3 Bs are all mines. Still can't do this column. I don't think. It's kind of interesting that we have exactly 1 here, isn't it? Because it means we have exactly 1 here. These 2 are now opposites of each other. But I'm not sure what to do with that. Ah, okay. And now I don't know if it matters that we resolved this. I think it was resolving this that figured something out, maybe. We have exactly 1 of these, which means exactly 2 of these, which finishes this 2. So we can click all those spaces. And we have exactly 1 of these, therefore exactly 1 of these, therefore this is the second mine for this 2. It's still not like getting cracked open to any amazing degree here. Can I say that this 2 has one here and one here, or can I not prove that? I don't see any reason why that should be true. This column clue doesn't help yet. I don't think this one helps still. I mean, I can say a little bit about that too, which is that there's at least one here, and therefore at most one here, and therefore at least one here. But that doesn't really help much, I don't think. This is a tough one to get started on. Like, obviously the very beginning was super easy, but that was clearly just a prelude to get us to the shape of the puzzle where it's, like, interesting. Well, okay, actually, I said there's at least one here. Oh no, that's true. Yeah, so we know there's exactly one here, and exactly 2 in this area, which we already knew from this too. Yeah. One here, one here. Oh, maybe I meant to combine column clues with color clues here. Like, for example, I don't know if this is going anywhere, but in this column here, there's only one mine, right? So of these A's, only one at most could be a mine. If we had enough A's over here, that might let us conclude that all the rest of them are mines. But we don't. So much for that, huh? We have 9 B's. Yeah, that's not going anywhere right now. I don't know. Is it this 3? It might be this 3, actually. We have one of these, and therefore 2 of these, which means one of these, which means one of these. That doesn't really help, does it? We can't even do something clever like combine these 2 column clues because we don't know anything about this column, and there's lots of space over here for mines to hide. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to run out even of things to say. It all kind of comes down to, boy, this one's tough to get started on, huh? I guess another thing that's interesting is that we have 5 E's, and they're all in these 2 columns, in these, like, kind of 8 spaces. That's an interesting property that none of the other colors really have. But I don't really see how that's useful to me at the moment. what are some other things we know are true, even if they don't seem useful at the moment? Boy, it really would be useful, wouldn't it, to prove that like these can't be mines or something? But of course, at least one of them is, so that's never going to happen. Because it would let me go this way with this the two twos next to each other, right? I could like put mines here and here and then expand out. It's just, I don't know. This 3, yeah, we know it has 2 here. We've deduced that many times. It's 2's next to a 3, but really no information at all. There's at most one in this column, so at least one of these. That's almost useful, isn't it? Like this one column, it would care a lot if the one mine for the 2 were over here. But I can't prove that it is, right? Could be here. Maybe we can work on these 2 columns, the 1 and the 3 column. Like, there's at least one here, maybe more. There's at least one here, that's 2. Yeah. And, you know, that means there's at most 2 left in these 2 spaces, but that doesn't help. There's only 2 of them, so there are much easier ways to conclude that 2 is not greater than 2. Boy, how long have I been staring at this? 15 minutes or so? I think that's how long it's been since I was able to mark a mine or click a square. No. I found a couple small things in that time, I think. The problem is I can't even see an area that like makes sense to go after. Any guesses that I might want to validate? I don't know. This area down here, there's still a lot of information about it. I just can't do anything with it. So maybe what I should do is mark it up. There's 1 there, therefore 2 here. Therefore 1 here and 1 here. And then I could like try guessing something and see if it breaks one of these clues I already have. For example, suppose we put a mine here. Then this isn't a mine. This area gets resolved too by that, doesn't it? Because this needs a second mine, and this, but it can only have 1. Yeah, right. Oh, well, it's just because these 2 are opposites. We knew that already. Okay. We'd get that our mine is here, and therefore not here. 2 of these? Doesn't really tell me anything. All right, let's go through the column clues one at a time. See if we can make any of them look meaningful. This doesn't look very good, right? This 4... I mean, it seems likely to put some mines over here, but 2? Probably not. It does mean that there's at least 2 in this area, I guess. Because you can only put 2 of the 3 mines in here for this 4. It's not very meaningful, though. 4 here. I just see no way at all to make progress on that. 5 here. You know, as previously discussed, the E's look a little bit tempting, conspicuous. Right, we have column clues, and E's all are within 2 columns. Five of 8 means we're missing 3. I really don't see how this helps. This 1. 1s are very promising. We've looked at 1s before. We've looked at this 1 before. I wonder... I said we were doing this methodically, but look at this set of 3 columns. This 2 is caught in the middle of them. Right? So, since there's at most 1 here, there's therefore at least 1 in this area. Yeah? And since there's at most 1 here, oh, I'm drawing it backwards. There's at most 1 here, therefore at least 1 in this area, but also at most 1 here, and at least 1 in this area. But, like, so what? I hoped I could show there had to be some mines here or something, or that there had to be no mines here, but I can't do that. We could also try counting total mines in this area. There's only 2 here, and a total of 5? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more places they could be. Oh, but we know exactly 2 of them are here. So we know that 1 of these 2 is a mine? Are you kidding me? Couldn't I learn something useful from that? I feel like I deserve a treat for noticing that, you know? Oh well. More things that we know include this 3. It has 1 here and therefore 2 here. But I can't, I mean, there's 4 spaces to put those 2 mines in. I can't pin it down to be next to anything. At least one of them is next to this 2, I guess. Well, that might be interesting. Because that means there's at most 1 in this entire area. Aha! Yes! And that's in the column that has this 2. It's also next to this 3, which might be useful. But we can put a mine here. That's the second mine for this column. All right, let's double check that because that seems important. We know there's exactly one here, and therefore 2 in that area. At least one of them must be touching this 2. So there's at most one in this space. Yes, the second mine in this column is here. Oh my goodness. Look at these zeros just erupting. Okay, this area looks sort of done for now, but we've still got more down here. And yeah, we can say furthermore that the only mine in this column is touching this too, and at least one of these is touching it, so the ones over here are safe. There's the mine in this column. All right. Now this 2 and this 1 column, there's at least one mine here. So there must be exactly one. So here and not here. Yes. That one made me nervous. I was like, it's a 50-50, but no, we already knew from the column. We could have clicked there before revealing the one. Revealing the one does not make it less true. These two ones work together here, but not here. This 3 has to be all of its neighbors. The A's are starting to get interesting now. Oh, this one and this one. Oh, yeah, we did. We knew that already. We did that. I just didn't immediately see that this was already marked as a mine. This is a tempting column clue, but I don't think it's enough. It might be. Let's see, because there's one here and one here, which means of these 3 E's, exactly 1 is a mine. Yeah? So 3 of these E's are mines. It's maybe the worst 3 I've drawn in my life. And at least one of them is touching this too. So there's at most one here. I'm not sure what to do about that yet. Yeah, that doesn't seem that useful. Well, okay, this 3 is in a 5 column already. So we know exactly 2 of these. Which means 2 of this area, the 4, the area that's still touching the 4. Does that help somehow? Not obviously. There's plenty of space for them to all be in this column, and then we wouldn't resolve this one. There's also plenty of space for none of them to be A's, or for both of them to be A's. There are 3 C's left. And we know one of them is here. But I don't see any obvious way to get more. Oh. I think I can combine these 2 columns to get me somewhere because of this 2 and this 4. By figuring out the 3 and the 2 here, I think we've learned enough about the 2 and the 4. Right? So let's erase this. Yeah. No, that's stupid. Because we don't know how many of these are touching the 4 and how many are touching the 2. We know there's at least one touching each of them, I guess. So this has at most 1 in this area. And this has at most 2 here. Which means we have to find 2 more mines. Well, there's 1 here. Oh, give me back my black. I don't want an eraser. I know there's 1 here. And, I mean, I can say there's at least 1 here. But that overlaps some with this too, making it quite a bit less useful. Oh! No, I see. I don't need to work on column clues at all. I can just work on this too. Look, this 2 has at least 1 mine here. And we showed that 3 of these E's are mines, because only one of these E's is, and there are 3 more. And at least one of them is touching this 2. So these 2 spaces are not mines. Okay. This looks good, I think. Because now this 2 across from the 1, we have 1 here, and therefore 1 here. And we have 2 of these 3? Yeah? Yeah. And we know there's 3 of these E's in total. So this E has to be a mine. Okay, that's not so useful. Is it though? It might be useful. Yeah, because now, well, we know there's exactly 2 of these 3, which helps with this 4 a bit. And it helps with this 3 maybe? Not really. It just gives us back what we already had over here. 1 of these 3 and 1 of these 2. Wait, am I right about that? I don't think I am. I need to put that back. Because I think I forgot about this D square when I was deducing neighbors of things. So let's try that again. We have 1 here, which definitely means exactly 1 here for this 2, which definitely means exactly 2 here. Okay, so it was right. There's a mine there. I got a little nervous that I might have involved this square incorrectly. I still feel like the column clues are what I have to do. But I don't know, the colored clues are getting pretty low now as well. Remind me what's going on in this column? I have 1 of these, and 1 of these, and 1 of these. That's right. Well, since I have 2 here, I know there's at least 1 of these, right? And that means at most one of these for this 2, which means this 2 has to have a mine here. And now this 1 gives me the last E mine in this column, and I can click these spaces. Oh, this 1 is very spooky for the 4 column, isn't it? Not spooky enough, I guess. Well, I mean, there's 1 here, there's 1 here. There's 1 here. The remainder of this row, oh no, hang on, it's easier. I can do easier stuff first at least. These 2 1s are sharing these spaces, but not this one. Yeah. The 3 also says something similar, I think. This 1, huh? The 3 and the 1 should do something. Ah, it does. We know 2 of these E's are mines, and only one of them can be adjacent to the 1, right? Yes, definitely. So this is a mine, and none of the other stuff adjacent to the 1 is. Now this 2 has 1 mine here, and the second is therefore here. And we get a 0, and we resolve this area. And this 0 still lets us do more over here. We finished the E's, and there's only 1 C left. Can I say where it is? Not obviously. How about the D's? I don't need to do that yet. These 2 1s are next to each other. They share this, but not here. All right. Ah, this 4 is good now because... Is it? Maybe not. What about the A's? So, all right. We know there's one of these 2. So there must be one of these 2 to finish the row column, right? And for this 4, it can only have 1 in this column, and there's 1 here, and maybe 1 here. So there's at least one of these 2 B's? Okay. So I know there's one of these, obviously. I also know there's one of these. One of those. I don't know, that 4 looks like the most important thing I could work on right now. But I don't see what to do with it. Or the A's, they're both kind of closely related, right? So where can the mines for this group of A's go? There are 2 of them. We know exactly one is here. Ah, yes, for this 1-2 pair. So we put one here, and the other one has to go here. The other A is here. And that's sort of encroaching on the 4, right? There's 1 here. And in this set of 2 columns, there are 3 mines. And there are 2 A's, but I think there could still be like here, here, and here. There could still be 3 mines for this 4 in this group. In which case there would be only 1 of these. I'd like to prove that there has to be 2 of these. But I can't see a way to prove that, so it might not be true. I don't think I can do anything with the number of B's. Just because there are so many of them right now. The C's look pretty cool too, right? But as far as I can tell, it would be possible for these to be the mines and none of these C's. Or, alternatively, it would be possible for like this to be a mine and this. Get this line out of here. Yeah, this 4. Okay, maybe we look at this column clue, right? It says at least, maybe I've been trying to like prove that there's at most around the 4, and that would place mines down. Maybe I should go the other way. I know at least 1 of these 2. So at most 3 in this whole area. Well, we know exactly 1 of these, right? So at least 1, exactly 1. Therefore, at most 2 of these. Well, we knew that a lot of ways, right? There's only 2 A's left, so obviously at most 2 of these. If we could say at least 2 of these, that would be pretty cool. Because then we would know not here. Okay. So suppose we try counting up totals in all 3 of these columns. There's 1 here for certain. I'm not even sure that's a good way to count. What would be more productive? 1 here, 1 here. Hell, let's count all 4 of these columns. 2 here. We're looking to find a total of 6, right? And this is 4. Sucks. Suppose that the mine in this column were gray. Would that tell me something? Then we'd have none of these, right? Therefore a mine here. And this 4 would then need all of these. Ah, we'd be dead. Right? If this were a mine, there couldn't be any more in the column. 1 puts a mine there. Can't be a mine here. To finish the 4, we need all of these. And to finish the 2, we need not a mine here, but to finish the A's, we need a mine here. So that is a step forward. Again, I wish I knew why. Why is it that one of these has to be a mine? It's some at most at least relationship with the 2 and the A's, and I'm just not smart enough to figure it out. 2? So now I think we can do something with these 3 columns. There's 5 mines, and 2 of them are here. So there must be 3 in this area. And there can only be 1 of these 2, right? Exactly 2 here. So in this area there are exactly 3. That's only 1. So these are both mines. Another one where I'm not really sure, like, well, no. That time it was pretty clear to me how to derive it, once I got this 2 down. I'm still a little fuzzy on how I was supposed to get the 2 down, like what was the right deduction to make. But here we are. Really? Still can't solve this? One of these and one of these, that's fair enough. One of these and one of these, also fair enough, and one of these. Okay, so we need more information from elsewhere. Maybe this 1 is useful enough now? Oh, combined with this one, I bet it is. We have one of these, and therefore for this 4 column, we need both of these. Still doesn't actually resolve. Oh, but I bet total of B's and C's is useful now. Because there's a total of 4 B's plus C's, right? We know there's 1 here, a second one here, a third one here. Oh, we don't have to do that. Instead, what we should do is look at this column. There's 1 here, and therefore 1 here. And the last D has to be in this column. So this space and this space are not mines. These 2 1s next to each other clear this space. Oh, right. Well, this seems good, right? We have one of these D's, which means one of these B's. So we have to find 2 more B's in the puzzle, and they're here. And those are all touching this 2. So whichever 2 of these B's are mines, the 2 can't have any of these C mines. And now this C is our C mine. And we can resolve this now. That's the B mine down here. That 1 has to go there. This area is clearing up. Good. This 3 next to a 1, we need mines here. And hang on, is that right? Yes. And not here. Whoop. There's 1 gray mine, and it's in these 2 spaces. So this is safe, which means this is safe. Oh, okay, made it out in under an hour. Got an achievement. What is that? Invader? Huh. Fair enough. Ooh, that was a tough one. But we made it to the last, second to last row here. Anyway, that was number 80, Wrong Game. A fun puzzle, as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.